Good morning. Daily Dose of Drag and Drive number 48. Guys, I know I started about 32 seconds too early, but I'm freaking pumped. Are you ready for this? Had a phone call yesterday with kind of a dude that's kind of a big deal. Okay. I get a message from the Tom Bailey. Hey, man, what's your number? I'd like to talk. I'm like, oh, crap. Here we go. So we do our 15, 20-minute conversation about other stuff that you don't need to know about. And so, of course, if I have the dude on, I got to ask, what's his next drag and drive? Guys, he's coming to Drag Week. I'm not saying he didn't say that he's going to win it, but without a shadow of a doubt that Tom Bailey is coming for the number one spot. So my question to you guys is, can Tom Bailey in 6 seconds 2.0 knock Jeff Lutz out of the number one fastest all-time hot rod drag week average? Can he do it? Can Tom Bailey finish the week with an average better than a 6:19? 6:19, that's right. So I popped over this morning to the draganddrive.com page. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend it. Tons of cool, fun stuff. Popped into the Billy Gibbhart all-time hot rod drag week section. Okay, thank you so much to the Gibbhart family that has given us all this information, and I'm still working through years and years of information. It's awesome. I got some extra stuff from Philip Thomas the other day. Good stuff. So Jeff Lutz is in the number one spot, 2016. Guys, his 6:19.18 has stood for almost 6 years. Here's how we get Jeff Lutz to come back to Drag and Drive. Tom Bailey, if you're listening, beat him, and then you guys can duke it out next year. Who will be the first person to put up the 5-second average? Can Bailey do it this year? I think he's run 5:77 in that car. Can he put up some numbers that are high fives in drag and drive trim? I mean, think about that. Like, we're talking about 250 miles an hour, then hooking up to a trailer and driving 200 or 300 miles, then doing it again. We talk about all this crazy stuff, all these 8, 9, 10-second cars that do this, but guys, that is legit. I'm excited about Drag Week. Drag Week is going to be nuts, but you guys know it starts today. Rocky Mountain 1.0. I'm so sad that I'm missing 1.0. It's hey, we got some folks popping in here. We've got our buddy. That's why I'm wearing my QPS shirt today. Red Hat Scotty and the dude are headed to Great Bend to kick off the weekend, to tell everybody have fun, enjoy yourselves, and then they're coming home. I had actually hinted that I may be able to go, but I just can't. We have a ton of family stuff, and you guys know I was gone with Midwest Drags, so it's a little difficult to keep doing all of that stuff and make the wife and kids happy. So sometimes you got to sacrifice your drag and drive life, which is hard for me. So this will be the hardest week. Carolina Drag Cruise, if you've been around for a minute, Carolina Drag Cruise was hard for me to miss. But 1.0 is immensely harder for me to miss. One, because there are a lot of my friends in the RMRW group and area. So, I don't know. I should have asked if Steve Morris was going to be on Drag Week with the wagon. I'm sure. Well, I don't know. Here's my theory. Here's my guess, is that if Tom is coming to swing at it real hard, he'll want Steve with him as his co-pilot. So that would be my thought, unless Steve is also trying to run, a big number or a low number, I guess. But I would think if they're coming for it, they're going to be together. Now, Tom's event, Sick Week, he wanted to win his own event, and he could have done that obviously with a high six. So I think, when I would think, and you start looking at that car, and is that like a number that's relatively easy to, what's on my shirt? Relatively easy to get in that car. Is that turned down? Is that easy on it? I don't know. So I'm really excited about what Drag Week is going to do, because Drag Week is the last major event of the year as we lead into the PRI award show. So there's one other regional event after that, the King of the Open Road with Cruising Oklahoma. And of course, One Guy's Garage is right after that. So right after Drag Week, it's the same ending weekend. So, there's some other events, but major events where guys, like Tom Bailey and Dave and John bringing the Corvette, things like that. Like, I'm going to reach out to them right after this and see if they'll give me some insight on that. Who are we going to see at Drag Week? So, and then 3DFX here says, I thought so too, but also Steve put so much work into the wagon. I think he might want to take it out himself. And that's true. And those guys have been together for a long time. Maybe it is, maybe Steve wants to do his own thing, and obviously they'll ride together. They'll probably be in the same grouping, driving along and things like that. So that'll be really cool. We just got to figure out how I can get to Drag Week. So if you know of a way that I can do 2.0 and race and do content like this, and then 8 days later go to Drag Week, I'm all ears. Maybe I can get me a hotspot and work remote, and whenever cars are fired up, I just won't answer the phone for my boss. Maybe something like that. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be interesting, because Drag Week will be a big deal. But talking about, let's pivot. I'll take a minute in case you guys have some last minute comments on Drag Week, but I do want to pivot to Rocky Mountain. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to post the link to Chad Reynolds bankshift.com live stream with him and Adam Dory talking about the pre-party in Great Bend. All right. They can take both cars. Oh, yep. Or they can take both cars, allowing for more spare parts and tools split between them. That is true. So that is certainly an opportunity there. So, but I have the link in the description or in the chat there for the Bang Shift live stream. I linked it to YouTube just because I grabbed it because I was here already. I was already on YouTube this morning, so makes it easier for all of you guys. But if you haven't seen it yet, they're talking about what Great Bend is going to do for the Rocky Mountain Race Weekers this morning or this evening. Like they're starting tonight. The cool thing is that they're basically rolling out the red carpet for all of Rocky Mountain Race Weekers and Road Weekers. I'm jealous. They're having a huge block party. There's all kinds of food that's going to be down there. There's breweries. There's just a party on the square. So if you are close, within a couple hours of Great Bend, I would highly recommend you ease over there. Take a look, have some fun. I guarantee there's going to be 200 plus race weekers there, because this is a big deal, and a lot of guys would have driven in tonight anyways, so they're going to sorry, Poker Mike, I just saw the comment about cloning yourself. Yes, I need to do that at some point, because I'm telling you, there's just not enough time. We are grooming my 9-year-old daughter to do this as well. She just doesn't know yet. She is bitten by the bug, so maybe once another 8 or 10 years, she can take over some of this stuff for Dad, and we can go different directions and cover all the events. So that's kind of the plan, y'all. I do want to tell you, the last couple of days has been crazy. We've had, oh man, it's been a ton of fun. Like I said, I talked to Tom Bailey on the phone. Like, that's absolutely crazy to me that we're moving in the direction that we can get the insight from guys like that. And, Dennis Taylor and I were messaging back and forth about the trailer the other day. That's pretty cool. There's just a lot of things going on. I feel like we're moving in the right direction with this stuff. And we are growing like crazy. The Instagram page just keeps blowing up. Hang on. We'll look at it real quick. We'll look at it, and then we'll get back to Rocky Mountain Race Week. I promise. Let's see what we are at this morning. 2,600 followers on Instagram. Tuesday, hold on, I'll tell you this. Tuesday, we had, man, I take so many pictures, so many screenshots. Tuesday, there were 1,734. Is that going to zoom? Yep. 1,734 followers. And today we are at 2606. So by the end of the day, we will have almost grown by 150%, which is pretty awesome, or 50%. I don't remember how that works. We're at 900 subscribers more than we were on Tuesday. So we're doing something right. We are moving in the right direction. But I'll tell you, if you guys know me, I'm not laying down on that. We're going to just keep pushing and push harder. Anytime I get a little bit of success, it makes us push harder. So Rocky Mountain, let's discuss tracks. That was a pin, didn't break anything. Let's talk about the tracks they're going to be at, in case you guys haven't seen it and you've lived under a rock. So they're obviously racing at Great Bend on the 18th, which is tomorrow. They'll race from 3 to 11 p.m. And you guys know my thoughts on how Rocky Mountain does it. I love the night racing. I love that you are pushing to get to the track at the end of the day. It gives you the motivation all through the day. Plus, you race, change the car over, and if you wanted to drive at night, you could. You could drive till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning when it's cooler temperatures. And we all know the track comes around after the sun goes down, instead of maybe getting worse throughout the day. So Great Bend is tomorrow. Then they load up. They drive to Kearney, Nebraska, which is, I think, 280 miles. Then it is a haul. Let's see how far it is. So Kearney, Nebraska, they have a drive day on the 20th. And then they end up at Bandimere. Kearney to Bandimere. Sorry, I should have had all this done earlier, but guys, to be honest, I was so busy yesterday. 371 miles to get to Bandimere. From there, then they drive to Pueblo, again racing at night on the 22nd. Another drive day from Pueblo to Great Bend. Let's see how far that is. Pueblo. And then obviously, if you guys haven't done it yet, you need to find the gas chamber Nova. Looks like this trip is 340 miles. So again, long trips, Rocky Mountain. That's why I want to do it. I want the drive days. I want to have fun. I want to spend a whole day where you don't have to race. I think that would be really cool. The gas chamber Nova, I'm gonna put it in the chat. You need to find them. You need to find Jonathan on Facebook, because he'll be going live throughout the week from there. And then you need to find 3G video on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram as well, because Jesse will be live with us as well. So that's how I'm going to get the content from Rocky Mountain, is those guys will jump on in the morning as they can, or we'll jump on at night for 15 or 20 minutes. So the Daily Dose may shuffle a little bit. This will be the first event that, well, I guess it won't be. Carolina Drag Cruise will follow the same pattern. So I'll update times and things like that, what people need to do, who's out, all that kind of stuff as we go through the week, since I'm not there on site. So, all right, guys, I got to bounce. We don't need to run over today. I'm limited on time and in the office by myself today. So we will see you guys in the morning, 7:45 a.m. Central, for the first day of Rocky Mountain. Maybe we can get Jonathan to bring us live from the pits and we can talk there. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. If you hadn't done it, I mean, you got to subscribe. You got to follow us. Be one of those Instagram followers. And thank you to all the new folks. See ya.